break is officially here, which means Noah is home all day. As someone who is self-employed and works from home, managing my time as a mom of a toddler while also trying to continue running my business and carry on my work commitments can be extremely tricky during the summer break. Finding a healthy balance between your personal and your family life and your professional life as a self-employed working person from home is no easy feat. And let's be honest, is there ever really a healthy balance between the two? I don't think so. But I do know that there are some things that you can do and some routines that you can establish and put in place to set you up for success this summer. And so these are my 5 key tips to follow this summer working from home with your toddler. Tip number 1, don't get sloppy. You have a routine and you have a routine for a reason. And so if your child is in childcare or in school during the school year, then you want to try and keep up that routine. And so what I mean by routine is trying to stay consistent with those meal times and especially those nap times. Now is not the time to switch up the whole scene and try and fit your toddler into your schedule. The harsh reality is it is your time to fit into theirs. And knowing that their nap time is your only uninterrupted quiet time to work, you want to ensure that you foster that environment and you stay consistent with that routine that you have priorly established. I know for us, Noah naps the best when he is at home in his crib. That's when I see 2.5 and 3 hour long naps. If I try and nap on the road, of course it happens sometimes. We're looking at 45, 50-minute naps and then a cranky baby for the rest of the day. And so I am trying really hard this summer when Noah is home with me all day to stay consistent with the routine that he has already been established and comfortable on from the school year. This will also make for an easier and more of a seamless transition when they go back to childcare or school in September. Tip number 2 kind of leans on tip number 1, and that is get flexible with your work schedule. As somebody who is working from home and self-employed, you have more flexibility in your schedule. And so like I said, you're not trying to fit your toddler into your schedule, you are trying to fit into theirs. And so understand that days will look different. Your week will look different. And maybe normally you carry on meetings on a certain day or you carry out certain projects or tasks on another day. And that's just not working for you because your toddler is now home with you and you have to entertain them. You have to get clear and get flat and get okay with it not being on that traditional schedule. And so personally, my schedule has been essentially thrown out the window and I am just every week trying to see what it is that I need to get done and where can I fit it into Noah's schedule. And also knowing that this time is short-lived. And so it's okay to be thrown off your schedule for a little bit. As adults, as parents, we can handle it more than our toddler. And so just getting really clear and okay with that things aren't necessarily going to look exactly how you want them to look in your work life. Tip number 3, plan ahead. Planning is everything. And I will link in the description a video where I showed how I plan in Notion. I honestly love Notion and I still use Notion in the summer because it helps plan literally every aspect of your life, whether that's your work or your child's schedule. And so you have to plan ahead. And so I usually spend some time on Sunday night or on Monday night to plan my week. I know when Noah's naps are going to be, and I know generally how long they will be when they're at home. And so I plan my most important tasks to take place during those naps, and then I sprinkle in other work as I can, but also knowing that I'm not going to be able to accomplish as much work as I typically do when I don't have Noah home with me, and that's okay. But planning ahead really helps me feel a bit lighter and have less anxiety going into the week. And I'm not only planning my work schedule, I'm also planning Noah's schedule. And so looking at, maybe we have a play date one day, maybe we have we're playing with water another day, maybe it's raining one day and I need to think of indoor activities to do. Really planning ahead will help alleviate some of that stress on the day-to-day. Tip number 4, prioritize quality time. Something that I heard the other day that really hit home for me and really struck a chord with me was, what is the one thing that people who are self-employed trying to achieve in their life. Why do people choose to be self-employed? To me, that word, and to when I've asked this question to a lot of self-employed people, the word that comes up is freedom. Freedom of time. And so how this leans into quality time is that the reason you are working for yourself or you're trying to grow the business that you are trying to grow is so that you have freedom of time. Freedom of time to spend time on things that bring you joy, things that love you, things that fuel you. And for me, that is spending quality time with my son, with my family. And so always bringing it back to that sometimes work can wait. And the quality time, the quality moments that you're having right in front of you hold more weight and matter more than, say, a task that doesn't need to be done for example, a week or whatever it is. So scheduling those moments of quality time. Maybe you want to take your child to go on a picnic in the park, or you want to go spend some time at the zoo or at a science center or at a new exhibit that opened up in your city. Take time to create those memories and foster that bond and that connection with your child, because they're only little for so long. And I know you hear like you only have 18 summers, you only have 18 holidays. That's not true. You have your children for life if you raise them right. But those moments, those, first 5 years of their life where they're still little and they're still so innocent and connected to you as a mom, you really want to tap into that and celebrate it and do stuff with them. So try not to just stick to the same old activities that you always do. Switch it up and go out and explore with your child and really enjoy all that quality time. And finally, tip number 5 is play tag with your partner and practice self-care. And so it's kind of 2 in 1. Play tag with your partner means lean on your partner for support. You are now, if both of you are working, you are both carrying the workload and the parent load. It's not just you, mama. It's both of you. And so really communicating what you need and leaning on them for support. Maybe it's leaning on family members for support. Just taking away that ego associated with needing to do it all and leaning on people for support. Because when you are working from home while also taking care of a child, you are always on. You are always working, but working in a different capacity. And so there's really limited time to spend time taking care of yourself. And so really leaning on that support so that you can take care of yourself, you can recharge your battery so that you are showing up as your best self for your family and for your loved ones and your friends. And so I just want to say, please remember that the perfect work-life balance does not exist. It doesn't. Get it out of your mind. It's a constant juggle of trying to lean into whatever task needs you most at that point in time. And so maybe your child needs you most. Your child is teething. My son is teething right now. He really needs his mama. That is where I'm spending my time. And then say maybe you get a really exciting client opportunity and work is kind of stacking up and you have some really serious and tight time deadlines, then that is what matters in that time. But knowing that it's never going to be 50-50, it's never going to be a healthy balance. And that's just the beauty of being a self-employed person, is it's not, you don't have that typical like 9 to 5 consistency. And it's okay. You are enough. You are doing enough. You are doing great things. And what you are doing of trying to establish your own business as a working mom is only setting you up for more freedom and more time down the line. I wish you all the best this summer, mamas. You got this. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more life as a working mom, tips and tricks, all that fun stuff. And until next time, keep shining.